2020 depiction of The Call of the Wild focuses on Buck, a dog that yearns to be free but who is initially confined to a small town and a big manor house. When he is abducted and sent to the Arctic to be a sled dog, his life changes. He goes through ups and downs and he realizes there's far more to life than he did before. The best thing I can say about The Call of the Wild is that the film is full of heart and emotion. It's a film that dog lovers will either love or hate, depending on what elements of it they latch onto. It's a film that cares about its characters and has some interesting points and messages it wants to convey. The other best thing I can say is that Buck, the main character, the dog, is incredibly likeable and well realised. The writers, director and the performance capture do a great job at depicting the dog, imbuing him with personality and charm. It's impressive, especially since the dog doesn't speak or emote as much as a human. However, the CGI used to bring Buck to life is lacking. It's not necessarily bad, it's just not good. There wasn't a single moment in the film in which Buck looks real or believable. It doesn't help matters when Buck is given ridiculous amounts of intelligence and self-awareness, as well as exaggerated emotive features in the eyes and face. At times the depiction of Buck is at odds with the rest of the film. He's essentially a cartoon character in a fairly realistic world, only nobody is acknowledging how much of a cartoon he is. What this means is that the film has humour and fun moments throughout. There are jokes about Buck stealing food or being a little cheeky, all of which work well. However, there are some questionable elements of humour too. The film focuses on the ups and downs of Buck's journey. That means we see him go through abuse, cruelty and mistreatment, most of which are rightly depicted as being wrong. At other times though, the physical punishment of sledding and his forced cooperation are treated as normal, right, or as a joke, something that didn't sit well with me. The film is a short one too. The pacing is fast and it never gets boring, but it does mean that certain emotional elements come across as undercut or abrupt. The whole abduction scenario towards the beginning of the film is brushed by fairly quickly, perhaps to avoid upsetting certain viewers too much. The film feels underdeveloped as a result, with certain key moments not landing as effectively as they could have, and themes and messages needing a little bit more hammering out. Plus, the film has an unusual artificial look to it, making environments, whether they're real or not, look like CGI. It's an unusual choice considering the film had the potential to be visually stunning. Finally, Harrison Ford plays an elderly man with history and regrets, trying to remove himself from society and perhaps looking to fix a mistake he made in the past. It's a good multi-layered performance and Harrison does a good job at making the character likeable, but also haunted and wounded. The Call of the Wild is fun at times with a very likeable lead character that's depicted with some awkward CGI. The film is full of heart and emotion and it never gets boring because of its short runtime and fast pacing. The treatment of dogs might upset certain viewers, but the film rarely lingers on tough moments like this, making it more accessible but also lacking in necessary content. If you've liked this review, why not subscribe to my channel to get more content like this. Also, follow me on letterboxd.com to get my most up-to-date recent views and thoughts on films as well as written versions of these reviews. And go over to Twitter and Instagram and follow me at _Grant Burton.